Katharine Mcphee, we welcome you. Good to see you, Kat McPhee.
Thank you.
Hello, Mrs. Foster. So you two never planned to do an album together.
No.
So how did this come about? And I'm wondering what it's like working with David, because, you know, he can be very blunt. He can be very tough. He can be very intimidating to a lot of people. What was it like for you, knowing him the way you do?
Well, I met him when I was a contestant on American Idol 17 years ago, so I only knew him as David Foster, the producer, never like as a guy I might end up dating and marrying. But my first experience with him, one of my first experiences was being in the recording studio. He produced my first single when I came off the show. So when I go back into the studio with him, it's actually like where we feel most natural. Like I just have such an immense amount of respect for him. So it's the only time I don't talk back.
What we know is that he will always tell the truth when it comes to music about whatever is going on. So what happens when the two of you disagree on anything musicality? How does that work? Because you've got opinions too, Katharine.
I totally have opinions.
You're not a little mouse burger.
No, I was saying, like, as a married couple, I make my opinions maybe a little bit more known. But I do, it's not that I don't trust my instincts.
Yes.
I do make my opinions known. But most of the time, I generally agree with the things that he thinks about musically. And so
he's like a genius. I mean, he's like a musical genius.
Yeah, he is. And so even if I disagree, you know, I'm sort of humble with my disagreement, you know, 'cause knowing I could be wrong.
Can we talk about something else you're making in addition to music? Jewelry?
Yes.
I mean, how long? What led
Whose
you?
jewelry are you wearing today, Katharine McPhee?
KMF. Thank you, KMF
So
Jewelry.
you've launched your own line.
We just launched today. The website went live. It's so crazy because obviously singing and acting, performing was like my first love that I knew I was good at. But I've always had this passion for jewelry. I used to lay in bed on Friday nights with my mom. Like, we would watch all the jewelry channels, and I always fantasized about, like, being the person up there selling jewelry, talking about jewelry.
You did, like at the home
wanted
shopping?
To be like a,
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
You did?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I always loved that idea. And obviously that format has changed, like where you can literally just go onto your own social media account and be that person, right? You can talk about your pieces and things that you love. So it happened like about a year and a half ago when my son was born, and I got connected with a friend, and it was so crazy because I talked about in my head wanting to create a line but never actually did it, and it just, I think it was like I manifested it in my head. And
what was the line you wanted to create? When you were fantasizing about it, what did you want your jewelry to be?
Yeah,
I had a particular piece that I'm not wearing today, but that it's one necklace that looks like two necklaces, because I always felt like, I know I'm obsessed with spending hours in the mirror layering pieces, but most women don't have time to do that, don't want to do that, but they still like jewelry. So there's a couple pieces that we've created that are a double chain that looks like you're wearing two pieces. So then when you add another piece, it looks like you're wearing three pieces. So that's sort of my my inspiration behind it, was that I wanted to make it like a little bit simpler for people to layer things.
I love that.
And
cool.
so because people will come up to me all the time and say, "Oh my God, like, I love how you layered it." And I'm like, well, that's because I spent 3 hours in the mirror. Like,
but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Right.
So, I mean, we're obviously growing and I'm going to continue to grow, but that's my motivation, is just trying to make it like more simple and fun for people, because men and women, we have a unisex chain as well.
And can I talk to you about your son? Because David has...
Yes, please.
Rennie. Because David had all daughters, and then the two of you had a baby boy.
Yes.
Who's also... He appears to have some kind of musical something. Because I saw pictures of him drumming the other day.
Yes,
yeah.
He's obsessed with drumming, and it's really like, people come up like, whoa, my gosh, he's going to be an amazing drummer. And we're like, okay, let's all just put the brakes on. But I will say that it is very interesting to watch him be so obsessed with it. And David just said something to me the other day. He says, I just thought of something. When I was a little kid, I'm now remembering, like, I used to get in trouble all the time. My dad would send me to my room because I would not stop, like, banging and drumming on stuff, because he always had this. And so he goes, I wonder if that's like a similar thing that Rennie has. So we'll see.
That is interesting.
He's literally only 20 months old, so we're not putting all...
You never start him too young, that's what they say.
I love the name. Rennie's a great name.
I love the name Rennie, too.
Yeah, thank you. We love
Congratulations.
Congratulations on it all. And I have to say, Katharine and David and I were in the studio because we're doing a series about things you wanted to try. and they help me with music.
What do you try to try, Gayle? What?
Trying to sing, which I can't.
It's a
we'll do that
segment
later.
coming up in a couple
segment.
weeks.
What are you trying? We'll talk about it later. All right.
Thank you, Katharine.
Thank you for
so
having
much,
me.
and congratulations.
Thank you.
Christmas Songs is on sale November 25th, right around Thanksgiving, and Kat's KMF jewelry line goes on sale today.